Hey guys, thanks for coming back to my channel after so stinking long. I apologize for being away, and this is going to be an explanation as to why. While I'm sitting here sanding my new wand. I told you guys I didn't have one because I hadn't found one I liked yet, and I just found one, so I'm working on it. It hasn't been whittled or anything, it's still, a stick. But anyway, so the reason I have not been on is quite complicated and long. But it starts out a little something like this. I told you guys about my job interview, and if you can hear me sanding, I'm sorry, but while I got nothing to do besides this, here we go. I told you guys about how I got a job. Sorry, noise, ADD. Told you guys about how I got a job a while back. But the thing about my job is it's called an event specialist. And what I do is manufacturers, like say you have a manufacturer for steak, or something else, I don't know, but a steak. And they really want to promote their steak for an upcoming holiday or just because they want to. They order a promotion, and then my boss gets however many promotions she gets in a week. She divides it up between her employees, and obviously older employees are going to get more than newer employees. Well, because we're right in the middle of Christmas and Valentine's Day, nobody is ordering anything. I think it might pick up the Super Bowl, but I'm not entirely sure. But basically for the last 2 months, I've worked one day out of the entire last 2 months. And my fiance has never done anything. He never graduated high school, and that is a long story. Don't ask. Basically, he has a learning disability, and here in Kentucky, you're treated like shit if you have any kind of disability at all, and I was not aware of this until recently. However, he does a lot of farm work and machinery and stuff like that, and this last year he was doing tobacco farming, which is hard, awful work here in Kentucky, but he was making good money for a while, and, well, it turned into winter, so there goes that. So neither of us had any income. Now, the second part of this story is, we were in an apartment, as you know, but what you don't know is how awful this apartment building was. We had insect infestations that they neglected to take care of for the 9 months that we lived there, and I'm talking infestations. You don't even want to know. Sometimes I was afraid to go to sleep. It was that bad, and we didn't know it was going to be like that. Obviously, everybody that lived there told us it was fabulous, so I think they were just doing that to avoid, slander prosecution, but they tore up the parking lot because the sewer pipes busted. Never fixed it. There was gravel everywhere. There were 2 children that I have a certification in pediatric first aid and emergency treatment, like emergency first aid basically, and there were 2 kids that I had to rush over and help carry into their parents and bandage them up because they tripped and fell, and one of them almost broke their ankle falling on this freaking gravel that they wouldn't do anything about. Well, a couple months following this, my sewer pipe under my porch exploded, spraying fecal matter all over the side of, the entire building, which was disgusting, to say the least. We had to call the health department just to get them to fix that. One of the women had black mold growing on her ceiling, and I'm not talking about just a little bit of mold, I'm talking about mushrooms here. I mean, bad stuff, and her child is disabled. I'm not going to tell you anybody's name, obviously, because we're in the middle of trying to contact the government, and get them deemed as a slumlord, so there's that. But anyway, where we had no income, basically we paid about half of our rent for about 2 months, with whatever we could get from side jobs, and God, my hair is turning awful from this humidity. I have curly hair. It's not straight. I straighten it, so that's why it's going... Anyway, we paid about half our rent, and they were kind of leaving us alone about it for quite a while, and then just a rock bottom month hit, and we could not pay anything, and that was December, unfortunately enough. So, right before Yule, we basically sat down and had a talk and said, you know what, we owe them like $800, and there's no way we're going to be able to catch up. Even with our tax money that we're going to be getting, if one of us can't find a job in the next 2 days, we are royally screwed. And they're going to kick us out either way. So what we decided to do was we packed up and we left in about 2 days' time. And we came here to Eric's mom's house, which is why I'm sitting on the porch in the dark at 10 o'clock at night making this video. And we've been here ever since. So now I only had to pay like a $400 fee for breaking the lease. I haven't paid anything to them yet, so I owe them like $1,200, but it stopped the fees. And as long as I pay something on it, they can't send me to collections, so it's better off this way. So that's one good thing that came out of it. But anyway, the reason I haven't been making videos and posting them along the way, because trust me, I have wanted to, because my nerves are on edge. And it kind of helps me to talk about it, but basically what happened was my computer, I'm pretty technologically savvy, but I have a laptop, and it came with virus software. It came with free trial of Norton, and that worked, great. Well, my trial ran out, so I restored the computer to its factory settings, and when I did, it rebooted the virus software. So I had it for 7-8 months, virus software, just fine, because I kept restoring the computer. Well, in the midst of all of this shit that was occurring, I forgot to restore the computer. So I went without virus software for probably about a month. And because of this, my computer contracted 4 different Trojan viruses, which were basically contracted from a hacker that was taking over my accounts from Brazil that I didn't find out about until about 10 minutes before my computer crashed. And when I say crashed, I mean it crashed and fucking burned. Excuse my language, but it was awful. When I booted my computer back up and I got it to actually boot up, that was what took the longest. I lost everything. It was wiped. And when I say everything, I don't just mean pictures, music, videos, that kind of stuff. I lost my entire interface. I lost Windows. I lost every program on the computer. I lost like 15 vital system files. My hard drive started going 40% too quickly, which was causing my RAM to go 25% too quickly. And I know I sound like a complete nerd, and I'm probably confusing half of you, but that's what happened. I couldn't even use it. And now I have got it back to the point where it has no viruses, and I can use it. The only thing that's wrong with it is it still needs the executable file reader. I can't open anything unless I go like the roundabout way and do it as an administrator and then select a file, and it's just a pain in the ass. But also, another problem, my future mother-in-law, I guess you could say, I'll just call her my mother-in-law. She she only uses her computer for job searching because her computer is an old piece of crap that doesn't run hardly at all. Like, it takes 15 minutes just to start the browser to get to a job search website. And so that's what she uses it for. So she doesn't have a good internet plan. Her bandwidth is very, very low. And because her bandwidth is low, she gets charged for anything that she goes over it. You know how internet stupid people work. And if I upload shitloads of YouTube videos, then she's going to end up paying for it. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to record as many videos as I, want to, or plan, or can. And then at the end of the week, I'm going to take my computer to the library, and I'm going to use their internet to upload my videos. So that is my plan. I don't know how well that's going to go over because I'm also searching for another job. I'm going to try to get a second job at night. Eric's looking for another job. We're trying to get, we've got 3 animals here with no income that she's having to take care of. And she doesn't have a job either. Her husband is the only income. So we're basically screwed right now. But you know what? I'm never going to lose faith because I know that the Goddess is going to help me through it. And the God is going to help me through it. And things are already starting to get better. I'm out of that piece of crap apartment. I can actually, look for something that I'm going to be able to stay in for a while, secure a job without having to worry about paying the rent, and, I'm not worried about it. I'm just looking forward to the future. It's a new year, new beginning. I've got a lot of new plans for this year, and I'm going to share those with you guys. And I'm going to share a lot of the things that I've come up with in the last week or so to help me along my practice while I'm here. Because none of these people are pagan. I don't think they even know what pagan is. The only one that does is my fiance, obviously, because I had to explain it to him. There is no one in this town that is pagan. There is no one in this town who's Islamic or Muslim or Jewish or anything. The only churches that are here are Catholic and Christian. That's it. I think there might be actually weird story about that whole thing. There is a Masonic temple. There's a freaking Masonic temple, but there's not a mosque. Really? I don't know, but that's just my contempt for this stupid little town. But anyway, stick with me. Do not expect a video every day because I'm not going to be able to upload them every day, but I'll probably have a good 4 or 5 at the end of the week. And I will try to get to the requests that you guys have sent me. I've had 2 or 3. I have plans on them. I really do. They just haven't been formulated into an effect that I feel comfortable sharing yet. So that's that. My fiance's back, so I'm going to go see what he was doing, and I'll probably record another one here in a minute. So keep watching for me. Thanks for listening, and blessed be.